In this video, it's time to take the Team Associated DC10 to the drift track and see just how good it does. And this isn't going to be just me testing it, actually. I have a whole group of people at the track, and I'm handing the controller to each one of them and getting their feedback, unbiased feedback on how good is it really. And confession time. So I actually forgot to video the people's responses. Yeah, have you ever screwed up? I screw up sometimes. So I had multiple folks there at the track actually go through and drive it. And I'm going to summarize here, I think, the 5 kind of themes of what they had to say. The first thing that they absolutely commented on is they said this thing, as it's set up right now, loves some angle. Like, it would come in, and as you initiate into the corner, snap, it wanted to be way over there. Now, this is good and bad. One, it's like dang near impossible to spin out. That was absolutely great. There was so many times in which someone was driving it and was like, oh my gosh, it's going to spin out. And then you just kind of keep counter steering into it and it would pull out of it. The negative to that is that with its desire to be at such a high angle, it was drifting a little bit slower than it otherwise would. So I think there's some opportunity to adjust the front alignment to have it maybe not drift at such a high angle and be able to maintain a little bit extra speed on track. Also translated into item number 2, which is, in general, they were very happy with the factory alignment. They thought multiple people were like, wow, really, we're getting to basically 90 degrees straight out of the box. Yes, indeed, you sure are. A lot of people really impressed by that. Good job, Team Associated, once again. Common thing number 3 was that in general they said it seemed like it was a pretty good value. So the price of this kit is, there's cheaper kits out there, no doubt. But for the carbon fiber and the aluminum bits and the adjustability, the really nice shocks, as I told them about the fact that you either had a gear diff or a spool from the factory, that you had multiple sets of springs from the factory, they were all really happy with that. And so they were all very impressed. And at the end of the day said, you know, the price is actually probably pretty fair for what it is. And the flip side to that is item number 4, which is, you know, they take one look at this front bulkhead, they take one look at this battery mount, they took a look at just kind of how big the bottom deck is, and they're like, maybe this is slightly overbuilt, right? Like the joke was made with this front bulkhead, like you could go jump this thing. right? Like it's one of a Team Associated buggies or something, and it would be completely fine. So that was one of the comments that was made there. And then lastly, kind of like myself, this is the first time many of these folks have ever driven any of these Reedy electronics. And so we have the ESC, the motor, and the servo all installed in here. And they were pretty impressed with it, actually. They thought the driving was nice and smooth throttle. A couple of them were like, wow, that servo really is fast. Some stuff along those lines. So I think that was number 5, is that these non-drift specific electronics actually did quite well. So there you go. I apologize for screwing up and not actually filming their live responses. That's on me. I apologize. But I hope that gives you a little bit more insight as to what this car is like on track through some other people's hands, not just my own. I do believe that there's probably a little bit of tweaking to be done on this front alignment. Maybe a little bit of change of camber in the rear, but otherwise on the front alignment, a little bit of tweak, maybe opening up the Ackerman just a little bit, compared to some vehicles that I normally can tandem with very easily. A couple of them could pull me, especially coming out of a slow corner. They could pull me somewhat easily, and so I think there's something to be done there. But overall, it's really hard to complain. The car does drive quite well. Very happy with it. Once again, good job Team Associated. If you are curious about anything else that I've done with this DC10, there is a playlist that'll be popping up over here to your right. If you want to ask me any questions about it, leave them down in the comments and I'll do my best job to answer. Thank you and goodbye.